Hi, my name is Gregory Zobel, and I wanted to provide a brief tour of how Asana can be used in higher education. Over on the left, we can select the workspace, and then you can see that I have a variety of workspaces here. Some of these are personal, such as the bottom with personal projects, sample workspace for articles, etc. Others are workspaces which are related to my work at the university. NetApp, which is a grant application, a working group to promote educational technology on campus, and then my own professional development, software training, and my websites. But almost everything that I do that's related to my job here falls under the workspace of GZWoo. It's just simpler and easier that way for me. I like to keep everything that I need to look at during my workday 5 or 6 days a week under one workspace. So there's also the inbox over here, where if you have a lot of correspondence or collaboration with other people on your projects, this is a good way to communicate with them actually within the Asana interface, as opposed to having to use email or other messaging services. The section beneath the inbox has the tags and projects with which you've worked most recently, so they are easy to locate. Underneath this, there are more options for all the different projects, the different tags that you can use, and the different people you collaborate with. For projects, as you can see, I have tenure file and grants, to-dos for the current term or for the coming term. If I've promised or given my word to graduate students that I would help them in a certain way, I can keep track of that. This way I don't have 1,000 things floating around in my brain. Instead, I'm keeping track of it, and then I can even assign it a specific date and then get email reminders. Farther down, you can see references to publications and conferences. As the screen pulls it up, you can see that there are these different projects that I've worked on or presented. Farther down, we can see that for spring 13, this could be course development or things that I need to remember for that term. But also, one of the things that I keep track of, because I'm at work almost all day during every day, is I like to know about bank fees or credit card fees, etc., that are recurring, because finances can be stressful. So this way, by tracking them, it keeps me focused on my professional to-do life. So this is the left-hand navigation column, and so you have seen some of the sample projects and workspaces, and these are some of my tags: numbers for specific courses, blogs, captioning projects, colleagues to collaborate with, coffee that I have had or will have with individuals, consulting work that I'm doing, work on a deafblind project, etc. All of these things you can sort through the left-hand column. Now, in the center, when I click on my tasks, as you can see, it's taking a little bit to load. There are multiple ways to view this. I prefer to sort by date, because I want to know what I have to do today, tomorrow, what's past due, etc. You can also sort it by project if you like, and that way it will break it down by grants or my daily to-dos, etc. Then there's my priority, but that sorting mechanism is, in my opinion, less than useful. So we can filter the items, and so you could sort out just things related to the committees that you're on, or a captioning project, or a specific presentation that was done about educational technology, etc. So there are a variety of ways that you can filter things in and out. What's most important, for me at least, is the ease with which I can enter material. For example, let's say that I just remembered that I have a meeting today at 10 a.m. with a colleague. I just hit enter, and then I say 10 a.m. meeting, Marcus. And so this is now on my to-do list, but today is not the first. Today is the third. So I can go over here and I can add notes to about my meeting with Marcus, and we're going to talk about Ed 270, and then I want to see what he has to think about video, and then flipping the classroom to make sure that I remember what we will discuss, and then I can adjust the date. this is going to take place today. I can set this to repeat periodically every 7 days. I can do that 3 days or 10 days. I can set a weekly, monthly, or yearly. This is really good in terms of grant deadlines. Say you're working on revising an application for a grant deadline, you could set the revisions for every 7 days. Or if you have office hours, you can set it up once for every Monday from 9 to 11 and 1 to 4, then hit weekly, and then that puts it into your agenda, that sets it up in your tasks over here in the center every 7 days. And then I can go under tags, and under tag I can just simply enter, start typing, select the tag. One of the other nice things that you can do is if you're collaborating on a project, you can choose who to assign it to. You just click the pen or pencil, you start typing the name. Let's say I want to assign this to a colleague of mine, Elaine. Then I start typing her name and I can select from the list. So not only can you create tasks, but you can assign who those tasks go to and they'll receive a notification. And each of these tasks you can also set up to repeat periodically. Or let's say that I only want to meet with Marcus once, I don't want to meet with him multiple times. I can turn the periodically off, and then we are good. As this indicates up here in this box, as it shows up in this box, I can make specific notes for this meeting if I wanted to put in a couple web links of things that I wanted to show him, or I say we weren't able to meet face to face but we were able to meet virtually. Then I would still have a place where I could put my notes and or take my notes. If somebody else was collaborating on this, I could add a comment down here and said Marcus is willing to do the critical thinking section. I'm going to do the video editing, and Bill will do the mobile section. So this way I can keep track of what was discussed, or we can have an ongoing discussion about a task. Let's say that we have an article that we're collaborating on and we're not sure about who's going to organize the works cited or who's going to copy edit the piece. This is where you could have a discussion right here. And what's nice about this is that this is taking place right where the task is, so you don't have to bounce back and forth between a bunch of emails. One of the other nice things is that you can also attach a file. So let's say you have a document that you're editing and reviewing. You can attach that specific document to this task and say that even though you're copy editing, that there are subparts that you work through it. First, you're going to work through and spot punctuation, and then you're going to check for citation, then you're going to look for fonts and the font sizes, and then formatting. As you move through the editing of the article, this could allow you to select and complete the different steps in different stages as you move through it.